What did I think about Eddie Murphy on Arsenio Hall's show from 33 years ago, telling him he wasn't feeling politics, there was nothing for him to vote for, and he said the same old same, and he said that the ultimate is God, and that he'll come back, and that's the ultimate rule of everything. I agreed with Eddie Murphy then, and I do now. I think that political pressure is ridiculous. I think that it's immoral. To think that one person can solve all the problems is ridiculous, and it's embarrassing because people put their weight on this like it's some kind of person's gonna make a difference. Voices of reason is one thing, but what it does is that no matter how who you go with, people's actions speak louder than any candidate or anybody. For instance, as racist and embarrassing Trump is, it's the people that support him make it even worse. The agendas are worse, and on both sides. Somebody thinks there's some Democrat Party people talking about how liberal and open minded they are. Well, how open are you? Are you gonna come up and talk about reparations? Are you gonna talk about the legalized genocide, police brutality against black folks? Are you gonna come out and talk about how reparations should be long overdue? That in neighborhoods there should be no gentrification, shouldn't happen because of a storm or earthquake or hurricane. It should be there when the people are there. They should have the best accommodations. When you live in an area that is considered environmentally racism, that is known, that is something that is very sad. That should never happen on a so-called place, the land of the free. It shouldn't be that way. When you find a place is a toxic dump. Eddie Murphy was speaking out. He's been very outspoken. Sometimes he says it direct, sometimes he don't. May not always come across in everything he did in his movies, but he has said stuff over the years. He let it be known about the Hollywood Academy and what he felt and what he saw. He went through things. He went through a whole wide range. Because as a black comedian, he knew he was 101, and he played into particular roles. There was things that they had him do that's part of the game. He knew, and when we look at these politicians, a lot of them are just, it's just basically like somebody that is bought and paid for, just like a rast on TV, and they tell you what they gonna do, how they gonna do what they gonna do. People get behind it. It doesn't change anything. The common man theme doesn't. The lower courts and things of that, the local politics is where the real action is, because that's the lower courts and all that. Them getting to Congress and all that, they just lip service. They all buddies. Ain't nobody mad. You ain't gonna see anybody coming after Mitch McConnell calling him out. Bill Clinton played both sides of the poll. No one said nothing. Uh, Joe Biden did too. Joe Biden had as many initiatives on bills as Bill Clinton has stuff that Trump does. It's just the logo is the difference. It's all one and the same. It's no different than Trick Daddy Richard Nixon to Ronald Reagan's styling and what they do in George Bush Sr. They all the same at the end of the day. But you see, it takes the people to have a say. If the people have a say, you don't want nothing that goes in there, because it's not about the balance. All you're seeing is a way to get people confused when there's bigger fish to fry. What happened to morality? What happened to see? Because the bottom line, country don't share nothing. If you don't share nothing, then you can break it up, and then you can call it class, and you can call it this and that. But Eddie Murphy was on to it about it. It really doesn't make no difference. He told Arsenio on the couch, he said, what am I getting excited about? Just how someone can put a foot more deeper in me than the other person. I mean, really, because when you look at it, it doesn't bring any changes. If it brought changes, we haven't seen anything for Emmett Till. And we had all kinds of situations. You're still fighting the same fight. It's just done and coded. And as Eddie said, it's more covert racism how it's done. But he was right when he told Arsenio that. Arsenio disagreed, but I'm with Eddie on that. I ain't see neither side ain't about Jack. But it was a great interview, and it is on YouTube. When you get a chance, check it out. Type in Eddie Murphy Arsenio, his political stance, which I appreciated. It came to me recently because I was like, yeah, Eddie was on it. He was right. It makes no difference. It ain't about for us, and none of it is. Because when you're out still treated like outside looking in, and they still treat you like you're on the plantation, which they do, they're not trying to open up those books, open up those files. They've been in hiding. and it's in plain sight. It's nothing but game going on. And it ain't nothing like that but in all of the industry, because it's about complexion for protection, who they want to protect and who they want to survive. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.